Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is G. Cole, and welcome to Homegrown, where I get to share with you some good music while talking to some great people. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, so we can keep you updated when new material is available. We will be posting new episodes bi-weekly. Also, check out the website Homegrown with G. Cole to listen and for all things homegrown. We're also very, very interactive. Please follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook at MyGCole. Yeah.
We're live on Direct again. I'm going to try to get Mr. Nesbeth on the line because we have a special show for you guys tonight. We try to talk to the true artists, the true talents that are out there doing what they're doing it on a high level, man. And I must say, one of my favorite artists. I'm gonna drop a joint from Nesbeth right about now. It's called Guns Out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this one is Nesbeth. It's called Guns Out. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
It's too much to bear. It's too much. Nesbeth making it clear. Guns out this morning, Babylon coming again. Guns out this morning, question when will it end? Guns out this morning, the whole place under curfew. Guns out this morning. Check this. It was about 12 o'clock when the thunder start clap in the back of Miss Mabel yard. The lightning start flash when me hear the gun cock under me bed pa me belly me crawl. Me pray for siren but all I heard was a scream from me next door neighbor a ball. No kill me one son but me still hear the gun. Me couldn't wait till morning come. Whoa. Guns out this morning, Babylon coming again.
It's a big one, ladies and gentlemen. This one is Nesbeth. The song is called Guns Out.
Question when will it end? Guns out.
In my eyes, one of the premier artists of this generation.
Whole place under curfew. Guns out this morning.
Love the vibes, love the tune.
Yeah. So when you see me leaving, ask me where me going deep. Man, I look for somebody good just to kill him. I'd rather be with Vicky than to be a victim of them evil system. Me can't believe I really yes I yo me grow up. Them shoot the bathroom pipe out before me swoop up. Me convince them youth yeah them coke and them dope up. Somebody call the constable and that's how we turn up. Guns out this morning, Babylon coming again. Guns out this morning.
Yeah, man, that's a big one. I really like it. I gotta take it from the top, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Guns Out.
It's too much to bear. It's too much. Nesbeth making it clear. Guns out this morning, Babylon coming again. Guns out this morning, question when will it end? Guns out this morning, the whole place under curfew. Guns out this morning.
Nesbeth, ladies and gentlemen, Guns Out.
It was about 12 o'clock when the thunder start clap in the back of Miss Mabel yard. The lightning start flash when me hear the gun cock under me bed pa me belly me crawl. Me pray for siren but all I heard was a scream from me next door neighbor a ball. No kill me one son but me still hear the gun. Me couldn't wait till morning come. Whoa. Guns out this morning.
Lessons, brother.
Babylon coming again. Guns out this morning. Question when will it end? Guns out this morning. The whole place under curfew. Guns out.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the artist Nesbeth on the line. General, you can hear me?
Blessings.
Much respect. Welcome, brother, to Homegrown with G. Cole. How everything going? Good?
Yes, I can't complain, Live to see another day and spirit is up and alive and thing blessed, man.
I love it. I was really excited, man, when I'm getting ready to have this conversation because doing what I do, I talk to a lot of artists, but there are certain artists, there are a few artists who who brings through a certain energy, a certain aura that you just want to sit down and have a conversation. Haven't been able to have that conversation with you before, so I'm really excited to do that today. So once more, welcome, brother. Welcome.
Blessings, man, and give thanks, man.
Give thanks, give thanks. I'm going to jump right into this one because I was just playing a song called Guns Out. And I'll say this. Your music, to me, is just so visual. It's just so visual. Every one of the songs. And this is, I think Guns Out is the second song that I actually heard from you. The first one I'm going to start pay attention to very intricately was Boardhouse. But Guns Out is a very visual song also. Talk to me about that song. How did that song come about?
Well, that song came about of through an horrible experience. I grew up in Arnett Garden, Jamestown, and I had an experience that, it was one of an experience that I've never experienced before. And it was so horrible that even now that I try to speak about it, it kind of bring back memory.
Yeah.
But, however, it was one of such that, like rival gangs from different side of the community having differences and decide to settle differences with weapons. You know what I say? And it was traumatizing because I was trapped in a house when all the explosion got started, and I was trapped in a house and I could hear the screaming, loud voices, screaming of women and children and man, and shot firing at the same time, and people were shouting murder. It was an invasion in the community. They had invaded the community, and I think it was about 4 to 5 person got killed.
Wow.
That morning or that day. And what was horrible was, what makes it more horrible was because I don't remember what hurricane it was, but it was like the hurricane has passed and leave the place in shambles. And so, people was trying to relieve themselves of just about what is happening, and people were looking food at the same time, and people was trying to build up, fix their houses because the hurricane had done so much damage, and the light post was down, and it was something else. And it was right after that then the invasion was. Like, when I said after that, I was like, I'm talking about like a hour or two after the hurricane concluded.
Wow.
So, people were there trying to get their stuff together, and it was right in the midst of that. So it was horrible, and it was an experience that I will always remember. And I decided that, what, I'm going to put pen to paper and bring forth a song that describes the situation for a lot of people that probably that wasn't there. But it was more of a cry than just a song, because I'm like crying out to the people of the outer space to realize that this is the situation that we're living in.
Right.
And if any chance, if you can help to see what you can do to make the life of the people in the inner city better, then it will work in your favor as well. Because when you have problem in society, it's not problem within just that space. It is problem for the country itself.
Absolutely.
So that was more of a cry, I use words and melodies to try, it's like, like you're in the desert and you realize that a plane is passing and you're trying to signal the plane that
yeah.
In the wilderness, and you're trying to signal, you just need someone to hear you.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the voice of somebody that is living the experience. It's not like I've read a book. So it came through that situation.
Wow. You know what? And the thing is, as I listen to your music, I say this over and over to people on the show. Stevie Wonder is one of my favorite songwriters. It's actually my favorite songwriter because his lyrics are just so visual. Whenever I hear your songs, and I have I have my Nesbeth playlist that I just bump my Nesbeth tune them sometime, and that's what I get from the songs, ever so visual. Amazingly enough, tell people all the time, reggae music is the voice of the people. This is how people communicated. This is how we got our news back in the day, because the newspapers weren't printing what we want our news. It was printing what they were trying to sell. And this is a perfect depiction of what reggae music is. You see, and you convey the message, the outcry of the people, the voice of the voiceless. So that is definitely something that I really appreciate with the way you do your business, your music, brother.
I'm really thankful that it is something that makes you as a person feel good about you, and to realize that this is what much more people need to get done. Because if every one of us is doing something like this, then we can hope to see a change, instead of sitting down, fooling ourselves that there is a change to come when we are not contributing to such a change. So
Absolutely.
I'm really thankful that it touches you in that way. And, and a lot of people out there share the same sentiments. So again, I must say, I lift my hat to you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, and I appreciate the works. Funny enough, I was your name's Greg Nesbeth. I thought Nesbeth was just a stage name, but that's actually your legal name.
Yeah.
Trust me. But when I heard it, I was like, yeah, that wicked. I mean, the biblical reference and so forth. But then I realized that it was in fact your real name. How did you get
Yeah,
involved in music?
And before I say how I get involved in the music, I just want to let you know, and the listeners that are listening at the moment, why I decide to use my surname as my artist name.
Yes.
Because growing up in the inner city, I used to attend Charlie Smith Comprehensive High School. That's a school in Trenchtown, in the community of Trenchtown. And the people there, my peers, they supported me a lot, even when it's like my talent was like nothing to me. They identify that talent in me, and they were cheering me on. So they gave me such a support that today I can be here on an interview talking about them.
Wow.
So the thing is, whenever you have a surname that is unusual, people normally call you, in my territory, people normally call you by your surname,
Right.
and not by your first name. So they used to call me by my surname because it's an unusual name. And because of that, I think I owe them a lot.
Wow.
So what I do is that I kept the name Nesbeth as my stage name, because time after time people migrate and in different spaces, and
Yeah.
I really want to tell them it doesn't matter how long ago it was. I want to show my level of appreciation. So I want, whenever they come across a Nesbeth, it ring a bell. And then if they realize that it is the same Nesbeth, it will then encourage them to encourage someone else.
Wow.
Because I don't want the encouragement to stop at Nesbeth. I want it to be like a relay. I wanted to get that vibration. I want to put it out there, and I want whoever assist me in getting such, continue to assist people, because there's more of Nesbeth out there.
Wow.
So that's the reason why I kept the name Nesbeth.
I love it. I love it. The irony within that is you staying true to you is in your way of paying respect to others.
Most definitely. And acknowledge the people who helped me, because I couldn't have done it by myself. And as I rightfully say, that sometimes you don't know. And there are people that the most I put on your journey to identify some things that you yourself may not know. And I think my career, my talent was one of such. So I just think that is only fair for me to show back that love and that respect. And again, it will not only work for the people who have encouraged Nesbeth. What it will then do is encourage others to encourage people. Because if I'm here talking about that, people like when people talk about them in a good way.
Right.
So for a person to be listening now and realize that it is through encouragement that put Nesbeth where Nesbeth had. And
Wow.
Nesbeth never ever tend to overlook that. They will then realize that, that encouraging someone is good. So even they themselves will then move on to encourage somebody, even if it's the first time they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about changing the world in a good way, King. It's
Wow.
not about Nesbeth and a pay bill and Nesbeth family. No, we're all family. It doesn't matter which race we come from. We have a world that we live in now. And anyhow, we don't understand human psychology. It's going to make life more difficult for us because we have no understand that different people think different way.
Right.
But nevertheless, we have to live together so that we have to learn how to compromise. But that's a different story still. You know what I say? So,
King, you know what I gotta ask you? I gotta ask you this because a lot of times we see people grow up. I'm from Ocho Rios. I confidently say I'm a depiction of Ocho Rios. You know what I mean? I'm a country guy, beachside guy, North Coast guy. Most people who grow up in certain environments, you talk about the experience that inspired Guns Out, and based on where you're growing up and coming up as a youth, it wouldn't have been the first, probably not the last. Maybe the severity of it, not so much, but going through the rough starts and so forth. It is one thing to overcome that and then just not be a bad guy. Sometimes you can come from a dire strait and a rough situation and just not redo it. But you not only didn't live that life, but you are also on the complete opposite end of that spectrum in terms of enlightening people, making sure people see things a certain way, spreading love through the music, but not just through the music, but through your actions and the way you live your life. Where did that Nesbeth come from? In a world where it's so easy to go left and be the bad guy, for lack of a better word, because you've seen it all. Where did that Greg Nesbeth come from?
it came from the love that is within me. It is simple as that. It came from the love that is within I and I. Because at the end of the day, as I was saying to my daughter this morning, I said, I don't love to be loved. I don't love to be loved. I love because of the loving person that I am.
Wow.
And that is something that a lot of people get up and do. And that's why it makes them as hungry as they are. Because a man get up and him say him love that person, and the person being the human side of that person, take that person, pushes that person to do something, and then him fall down and him say him have a length, him have so much to say, and it's like him want to tell for himself saying the wrongful of the person
Right.
because the person at that point didn't show him the love that he was expecting. So I'm saying putting your expectation in some ways will then push you over the point and pushes you to do things that probably you live to regret. So, the long and short of it is the love within I and I. Because at the end of the day, is that we're human and we're imperfect. And so imperfect people that are placed in uncomfortable situations, you can expect nothing but the worst from them.
I got you.
Because sometimes we are left to 'cause this is it, we try to make ourselves many a time comfortable within an uncomfortable situation because this is what we know. And so before you even get up and try to figure it out, you're trying to deal with the problem from the top of the tree when you should know that there's a root. Sometimes these people that react in a particular way
Yeah.
is reacting in that way based on the circle that they're in, the lifestyle that they're accustomed to. If
Right.
you take those same people and put them in some situation that is considered to be way, way better, then sometimes you'll see the pearl in them. You'll see the diamond.
Wow.
You
Wow.
understand?
Wow.
And
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
people that we are talking about today,
Yeah.
different situation bring forward different vibration.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the man that is at peace in a particular situation, he put that same man at peace and he probably be as miserable as you could never ever expect. And I'm only speaking on behalf of human. That's the way in which human operate. Well, most of who I come across, you know what I say?
Right. Right. Right.
But again, I must say the person that what keeps me grounded is to seek the most high, because I don't think I am here because I want to be here. I think I am here because I'm supposed to be here. And I think I'm here because I'm supposed to do what I am doing. And
Correct.
in doing that, sometimes I question myself to see if I'm doing something right. And if I have doubt in it, then I have to seek myself. So people would advise whoever it is that is listening, if you want to be a better person or you think you're doing something and it's not going in favor of you, find who you have as your supreme being and try to communicate, because lack of understanding push forward the mind in misery.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
love
a
that.
whole lot in it. But again, I must say, the most I keep me grounded, and the love that is within I and I keep
Wow.
me extra grounded. You know what I say?
Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Brother, I'm gonna ask you this because I'm gonna drop go through some of the tune them and drop some of the tune them for the masses in a minute. Um, as far as the young Greg Nesbeth growing up, I know you went through some of those stuff, but take me back to your childhood as a little youth. I grew up. I know when I talk to people about my childhood, I'm going back to as far as I can remember, 4 or 5 years old, the life I lived there. Paint me that picture of who you that child growing up, because a lot of times I feel like to understand the person, the man you are today, we have to first get a glimpse into the child you were. Talk to me about a young Greg Nesbeth growing up in Kingston.
Well, young Greg Nesbeth. I hail from the inner city community. That's where the less fortunate gather together, not by choice. And being a part of that circle, it makes you appreciate what you have,
Right.
and it pushes you in one out of two way, either to get something you don't have the legal way, or you get it the illegal way. But I grew up with parents whereas they do their 9 to 5, and even when the table wasn't as much food on it, then we had to share whatever there was in order to make it through the other day.
Right.
And my mother go as far as making clothes for us, because sometimes she couldn't afford to buy it. Sometimes my dad was in the state and farm work, and yeah, so it was a struggle. It was definitely a struggle, because even though you don't born and say anything, you don't see mommy and daddy have certain things in their possession. It doesn't necessarily mean you're not seeing other people with stuff.
Right.
Wish to yourself that your family could have these things. But what I do remember of me, I grew up through Boys Brigade, and Boys Brigade that teach you a level of discipline.
Yeah.
And uh, there's so much. But school wasn't my first thing, because the encouragement that one would need for school, like getting the books them you need and being able to take subjects and all of them things that were a privilege and opportunity that was locked away from I
Got
and
you.
I in the inner city. Not because I wouldn't want to go that route, but because my parents couldn't afford it.
Right.
And I
Right.
grew up, I have four, it was four of us at that time, and four of us were sleeping on one bed. I got two sisters and one brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I always remember that I've always tell myself that I want to change the situation. I want to change it, but I want to change it in a positive way. So you know, it was like you have to fight in the community at times.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you grow up in the inner city, it's like it teach you the tough person are the one that can defend themselves.
Right.
There's no talk about anyone that comes forward with any knowledge and have a high level of understanding and how to articulate a sentence so that everybody can be at peace. No, in the inner city, when you have to be tough, and tough meaning you have to can fight physically, whether you're fighting fist to fist or you find any. Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that. When you said,
No.
being tough in these communities, you have to physically, you have to be, yes, decide that even if you fight, you have to fight to understand each other. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, this is the way of the community. This is how you get tough. And when you get tough, they applaud you. Like when you fight and you win, they applaud you. And, so it's a
Yeah.
different world. It's a complete different world. So I grew up in that situation, and at times I have to partake in that, because you have to keep your head above the water. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I say it's not,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many things that you feel what it is like going to bed without any food. You feel what it is to 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 be run like off the road as a juvenile police patrol in the street. Get off the road, you got to buy go to the store and you're told to get off the road, before you reach in the shop to purchase whatever you were sent to buy. And
Yeah.
those things, that was a life within itself. That was a world within itself. But nevertheless, I grew up in it and I totally understand that situation at times can send people mind in different directions.
Yes.
So I'm not bashing where I'm from because at the end of the day, it's like my past helped to mold me to be who I am.
Absolutely.
And it's only that, as I said, I rely on the Most High and the love that is within me so that I can make decision going forward. And the decision, I can look back on the decision and applaud myself to make such decision because I've seen it all. I've
Yeah.
seen my friends pass on. I've seen my friends leave the community and trying to make sure that they don't get killed. I've seen people house burn down, my house as well. I've seen so much. I've seen so much tales of darkness,
Right.
but I've also seen so much light
Right.
because the light in it is that being in an uncomfortable situation, most of the time we try to make ourselves comfortable and we joke about and we laugh for the silliest of things and the things that make us happy is it's like money can't buy those happiness, those the level of joy it brings. Money cannot pay for that. So
Yeah.
it is a plus and a minus.
I got you.
So it doesn't matter how dark of a situation it is, there is somewhat of a light in some of the situations. So if I speak of the darkness, it is only fair to speak of the light. But it
Absolutely.
is a struggle. I must say it is a struggle, and it is not a struggle that I will wish on anyone. And I will encourage people that is currently going through such struggle to stay strong and do what you got to do, and you will triumph over the situation.
I love it.
But and next thing I would want to appeal to the relevant authority is not to use Nesbeth and a few of us as example to say that everybody could be like a Nesbeth or anybody else that is successful. What I would encourage them to do is, because when you do that, you makes me feel as if I am way up here and my sisters and brothers that has left behind feel like they're way down there when it is
Yeah.
not like. So I would appeal to the relevant authorities that if you think getting 5% out of the inner city is something that you should glorify, then why not try to fix the system so that we can get 95% instead of 5%?
Wow.
Because the system is fixed so that 5% will escape it. And
Right.
the 95% that does not escape it doesn't necessarily mean that they are not competent enough. It means that not everybody can work under certain pressure.
True.
So if you fix the system in a particular way, and it makes it harder for the 5% to try to pull the 95% out of the situation.
Right.
So what you do is go to the drawing board and you flip the scale. Let us get 95% out so that we can glorify the 95%. And it's pretty much easy for the 5%, the 95% to assist the 5%.
Right. I love that. I love that outlook. I love that outlook, brother. I'm tell you say, yeah, maybe we need to take you up on a tour to Parliament and start going talk to the powers that be. Because that right there to me sounds like at least the first step to the formula of fixing a lot of the inner city problems.
Well, you know, this is a politics and it comes with a lot of tricks. So I lay out that it is a way in which to get the people to operate in a civilized manner and to be more productive and to be of more use to their country. So it will not remain like, it will not be looked upon as something that they're doing good for themselves and it remain in the corner. Once there being more people is productive in the country, then the country itself will be productive.
Right.
You know, because production through the people make the country productive.
Absolutely.
That, but again, as I said, there's a whole lot of hole in the thing, and it sometimes seems as if it's gonna take a miracle for something like I just suggested to happen. But nevertheless, as I said, my childhood and I've seen so much, and I'm just happy to be here. You know, I lost my mom, I lost my wife, I lost my aunt, I lost my sister, and you know, it is good that, and I never lost them through the weapon,
Right.
the destruction, the weapon of destruction. You know, I never lost them through the gun, violent. You know, they sick. That is a different story. That sickness thing is a different story.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I don't know. It can be looked upon as brutal still, but you know, I don't know. But you know, I've been through it, and I know people that is going through it, and I'm trying my endeavor best to be of influence because I used to sing songs of depression, like a song "Guns Out" this morning and "Board House." You know, I've been through it. I've been reaching out to the people, telling the people, look, this is what we're going through. Help, help. And it's like, you know, I become the voice of the people, and the people are then waiting on me to bring back a solution that, you know, yeah, the people say this and they're coming and all of that, and they'll be waiting forever.
Yeah.
So you know what? I change it. I realize that I've been saying it over and over and over, and it's been falling on deaf ears. So you know what I've done? I change it. So I am more on the side of motivation. So I skip from depression to motivation.
Which is
So
my dream, taste victory, success story. Them tune it.
yes. So I am seeing. So a lot of people would know that that is my main focus, and that's the purpose. And I'm doing it for a purpose. I'm not just singing because of singing sake.
Right.
I don't want the people that is in a desperate situation sit down. I don't want to keep reminding the people of how desperate they are.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, why do I think I need to remind the people so much of desperation when in the reality it's not a good feeling?
Yeah.
It is something to say that hey, I am a part of the people and I am saying this and the people understand it because the people live it. They understand it. You
Yeah.
understand? So I'm now saying, okay, for me to tell you to sit down or encourage you to get a work as a gardener to the man in the upscale community,
Mm-hmm.
and then to you it means everything. Why can't I encourage you to do what you need to do to become a neighbor of that man?
Wow.
Because if you're getting the thing right, if you're doing what you do, it's like self. It's like you first and foremost have to have confidence within yourself. You have to win that battle within yourself because sometimes it makes us it's a battle. It's like you want to get up and do something productive on yourself. I say, no man, make that stay. And I try put up on the procrastination part of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a battle where you have to win. You're in a battle. Be at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Say, want it, do something productive. Don't sit down and wait and hand out. Do something, make your life what you want your life to be. Stop sitting down waiting on people to shape your life for you. Like when my daughter, one time we leave the house, every time we leave the house every morning, I tell them we have to pray in the car before we drive off.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And
Mm-hmm.
my daughter said, please, um, God, can you just make the day bright and beautiful, make it so and so. And after she pray, the long after I tell her, I say, you know what? Let me say this to you. You have to make the day what you want the day to be.
Wow.
Don't put that in the hand of the Most High and sit waiting on Him to shape the day.
Wow.
Your day is a reflection of what you put into it.
Wow.
So again, as me say, my child, if we get back to my child, my child has taught me so much and I have seen it and sometimes I don't even think I will live it out the day. I don't know if I'm gonna live to see the next day based on some of the horrifying moment
Wow.
that I have gone through. But nevertheless, as I clearly stated, it have it good, it have it bad, and
Right.
here I am.
Well, I love the fact that, and again, I am a champion for anybody who inspires. And a lot of times, people inspire because that's just who they are. But when you've been there to tell the story itself, it kind of is a little bit more potent. Now, talk to me about getting into the business of music. How do you decide that, okay, you know what? Greg Nesbeth is now going to become Nesbeth the artist?
Listen, them thing that does happen.
Yeah.
Them thing that does happen because it's when you work out and nothing at all,
Mm-hmm.
you just have to expect anything. You have a focus, you decide, say, yo, music me like. But why if music not like you? You know what I'm saying? You get up and you decide, say, all right, yeah, hear me. Me will know if music like me, because you got to see certain things.
Yeah.
So I mean, get up and I used to perform on the school concerts of Charles Smith Comprehensive High School, and I used to go in and around my community whenever them start on like a stage show. One sound box put up and music I play. I left on a stage show, I can ask the man for the mic. And sometime in the early part when the sound just ring up, so them will give me all the mic and
Yeah.
come on, want hear if you can, do your thing. And
Yeah.
sometimes you sing and a bag of little picnic come around and them break. And picnic fascinated with
Mm-hmm.
art, and come around and them come cheer on. And, there are times when I go places and people them say, so we don't want to hear you. One come up and it's a discouraging thing to it. 'Cause like every it's like every day is a test. It's an exam you have to do in a music.
Wow.
And it's like you go at a stage show and you go perform, it's a new test. And sometimes people are say, yeah man, we like, yeah man, are you there right? And the next time you go down our next stage show, nobody don't want to hear you. People must say, what kind of man this? People must say, Yo, you know the brother have to leave me alone. You know, like, like one time my first stage show them put me up on one posters I think man and no sweet like me. Can me I say yeah. You ever deal with that show, yeah? Cause remember say people don't give me the compliment and everybody they around me and say, yeah, Nesbeth, you're good, you're a bad artist, man. So them put me on one stage show, me there near the place now. Me now me car in the traffic near the place, do any park.
Yeah.
Do any park center.
Yeah.
And then put me on a stage show. And you know, rest in peace, my sister. I decide to me carry my sister. Cause them always I say, them I say you're artist, you're artist. You know, say, you know, say, say your family last accept
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Cause them don't see you as one of them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you look for him about the artist. Yeah, artist. So me I say, I carry my sister for go make she know say me an artist. You know? That day we used to take bus and them thing like I never have a car and we charter a taxi. So you know say that step up the thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Charter a taxi and me and a singer and my sister. We go at the event and music a play and the people them a dance and I go on until the selector stop. And say, people, remember, you know, the artist them there. Yo, if I look for the people in face, like people them say, and the people them say, what did I select there, man? Which artist matter? But I remember say, when the artists have no name, and the people them soup and the posters, you know. But in the business with me, because we don't do bad for them. The people them do nice music where people them a listen to now. People them have to stop in and mingle music to listen to select that talk about. Remember say artists in there. So people them say, we don't want to hear the artists. But anyway, it's like the overrule can have them power there.
Yeah.
And I say, two more music and then artists them, you know. Anyway, people them dance to two music cause a song where them know.
Mm-hmm.
And a time now for the artists them now. So it's me and that's the singer, you know.
Yeah.
Remember, say my sister did it with me, you know, for sure. I say, yeah, me really artist.
Yeah.
So them give me. Say selector say, yeah, come cross Nesbeth. And him play the rhythm, you know. And the selector play the rhythm, you know. I say, big up doing the park people, them you don't know. And talking about all them time there, you know. At time crank the rhythm for jump on the rhythm, you know. Come on, understand the rhythm so good.
Wow.
I talk for jump on the rhythm. And guess what though? When me jump on the rhythm, you know, the rhythm there, a south and a east, me reach, you know. You know that connection there really now work with the people, you know, because the people them feel when you jump out of gear, you know. People must say, wait. And people them start cuss. So me now have to quickly give the singer the mic.
Yeah.
So the singer did kind of have it better than me them time than him used to sing over. I be a cover song him used to. Him used to do a lot of cover songs.
Yeah.
So when him sing one song like any song, one of them foreign artists there, girl them start screaming, you know?
Yeah.
Time of one night voice. So him do that now and get back the place in a gear and get back everything in line now. So him there and him sing about two more, you know. So me now there and I wait for my next time now, cause I'm brave like that, you know.
Yeah.
Him give me the mic now, you know. I'm there and I stay so now and I say, yeah, me I time it. And while I'm there, I time the rhythm, you know, and I talk, you know, I jump off, you know. If the rhythm they assault me, they are not, you know. Me and the rhythm thing, they like my tone deaf. You could hear the angry. You know. People them get so angry and now they're like, people would have take it physical. So I was so ashamed that day that, you know, I don't remember saying a word when we go walking at the taxi for go home. Just go home and when we reach in all them time I question myself if music happening. Sometimes I have a question myself, you know. I me have a part of me I say, yeah man, we have to man, and next part I say, better leave it. But I don't know if anybody ever experienced that. Because you always have a side of you where it's like the mind that tells us to go and next you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
don't come to them thing about yo, I've gone through the rock man. So
So hold on.
me
So what your
say,
sister
yo,
say? What
oh
your sister
Nesbit
say
is
to you?
not all I don't remember because me don't know, me they in a one different world. It's like me so shame that me I wonder if them people ever see me back again and boom. Yeah. I wonder ever plant if I had planted a boo seed or an unpleasant seed that when these people see me it grow so big for me I see that it is them just not like so it was when so they had said anything. When the person that she is, I don't think she would say anything negative though. But it was more like I was disappointed in myself, you know.
Yeah.
But then I did as much as I could do at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I could have done really back. I would, you know.
Yeah.
But as I said, but the question you ask like, oh, my transition, oh, my go find another artist, and I'm telling you, like, you know, we used to do it at school, sing just for job, popular song, taking out a one put time customize it. That it was one of the journey, and
May I lose you
in
completely?
that time, I feel even.
Hold on, may I lose you?
I said, I was. You hearing me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm saying that you ask how I transition, or the transition from Greg Nesbeth to Nesbeth as the artist. And I'm saying is that at school I realized that, you know, I done this for fun. And people will say, hey, you can do your stuff. And I use that vibe to push me while I'm in the street. So I go to the different parties, different studios, do what. But before I'd gone to any studio, I was more like taking on the road, like wherever the music is, I would go there and try to make my voice be heard. Because sometimes I write all a song and the song are the baddest song in the world. Me just feel like that the number one on the music world list. So I can't wait for go sing that song there in front of people. And when you go sing that song there in front of people, and me see the people them face get angry. that, that sometimes can turn your head upside down, you know. It's like whenever, and it's not like me I say I see a song that I have built as a song that is a part of the list of songs of the world. And I see it as the biggest song in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you have that as the biggest song in the world, and the people them get angry, now it start tell you who what things start run through your head. You know what
Yeah.
I say?
Yeah.
So that was how I really get involved in music. You know, started from try fix taking out lines out of popular songs and put in my line and customize popular songs and get that energy from the people and the people say yes you can do it, the close people in my close circle. And so I just take that vibe and take it out in the street, and I was doing it and doing it and doing it and trials and error and trials and error, and here I am.
Right. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope a lot of people are paying attention. No, you went through a period where, you had some loss, you know what I mean, sister, wife, and stuff like that, which is definitely a devastating thing. But out of that, or after that, comes the triumphant tone and the triumphant sound of My Dream.
Let me start that one here. Like how Martin Luther King would have started. My dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream. Tell you my dream is to live my dream. Hear the most I in me sleep when me sleep. Tell you my goal, my goal, my goal. All of my goal is to reach my goal.
Talk to me about what that song, not a lot of times we talk about our music and how it affects the others and the world. How does your song, My Dream, affect you?
Well, I can say it changed my life in so many ways. It's like everything that I have in mind about me, it has showed me that these things can be reality.
Mm-hmm.
So that in its own way showed me that, whatever I envisioned was not something that will never, it was not something I never lived to see. And accomplish, envision something and watch it come to pass. So watching it come to pass, while it has changed my life in so many ways that, people start to accept you as an artist to a different level, and people just pour out their heart to you whenever them see you for whatever reason based on the chords that the song itself has evoked in them. So it has changed my life in so many ways, and I realized that, everything that I have inside of me can come to pass in such a way that it can change others' life as well. Because changing my life is one enough, but changing the life of the mass is what I aim for. But then again, I have to have such mindset for myself, because I can't have the mindset for the mass and not having that mindset and expect to use me to bring forward that. So the first thing first, I have a mindset of that. I have to see myself in such light, and then now start to see how much it can help to change it in a positive way.
Right.
So again, it changes me in so many ways that once I've seen it done, whatever it has done, then it has done so much to me, because most of what it has done was always in mind. And I've seen it in its physical form. So,
wow, it's a big tune. It's a big tune. There's a time when I played that song every day just for, and every time I was on air, I'd start my show with that song, because it was just that song that could get you going. You don't have to be down and out, but you just, it's a momentum building song, and it's just starting. It's like waking up bright and early in the morning, and stretch and step off of your bed, visualizing, okay, me step out, me put on my slippers, and my dreams start playing. Your day can't go wrong.
Look at me now, when them treat me less than gold. Put me in a box like a rectangle. Oh, oh, look at me now, oh, look at me now, oh, look at me now. And me just tell you my life, where them used to go round me, go round. No one used to come round me, my life was so lonely. Look at me now, look at me now, look at me now. Me and thank God for me blessing. No, me can afford to give back to some of the same.
yeah.
I love it.
That's what I'm hearing about remove my enemy. People start to say that that's their prayer. You know what I mean? I say it's not encouraging anyone to get up and physically attack anyone. It's like, understand that people are people and they are going to be who they are. But at the end of the day, if you are not comfortable with who they are, just know that you yourself are imperfect and they can be as well. And if you have a problem, take it to the Most High. As I say, I ask God to remove my enemies and close friends start to fall.
Wow.
I ask God. I couldn't sit down and tell myself, say, oh, may I ask you if you are my enemy? That's going to be too much. So just start to the Most High, and whoever me see fall, me just accept it, because if me give the Most High some work, and me tell the Father, say, me have a problem, and me see him go to work and him get rid of whatever, why me I sit down and question what it is?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. True.
Then I say, listen to me, last thing me know, you ask me to do something, and I am doing it. So just sit tight, and of course it's going to be shocking for the people that you probably will see get left behind, but nevertheless, I am doing whatever you ask me to do.
Right. I love it.
So in another way, then when you talk to the Most High, the prisoner go empty. As then I get up and make ego carry go over the park, go say to your friend or your family betray you. You have to take a weapon and get rid of him. No. First, you have to understand that you are not perfect. And you may not be doing something bad. You may not think that whatever you're doing is bad. Because this is what it is, our perception, our belief can be totally different from another being,
Yeah.
And the way in which they view life can be totally different, So sometimes it is best to understand the way in which one deal with situations. Sometimes you have to understand the way in which one mind operate. And if by any chance you're not comfortable with that person, talk to the Most High. Because sometimes if you ever to tell them, because they're not seeing themselves doing anything wrong, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the same thing apply to you too. So I don't like say we I take if you notice me, I never take myself for anything. But then I not claim to be perfect. I mean I proclaim to be the worst neither. Because
Right.
I'm about setting the card straight. I do things that is uncomfortable to you. I would want you to tell me that you're comfortable and I see what I can do to make, to change situation and move forward. If it's something that you think I'm not going to listen to you, then go talk to the Most High. You don't have to come to me in an argument.
True. True.
So, I'm now segue from the song itself. My dream has done so much. It has created history. I stand to be corrected, but based on my knowledge, what have happened, I've never in this life. I was on the inauguration stage. I was booked for the inauguration stage, the 2016 inauguration stage, and while I was performing on the stage, the prime minister, the elected prime minister, came on stage and he was singing the song line for line.
Wow.
Now, what I am used to is that artists got booked for inauguration ball, and sometimes they got booked for the inauguration stage. But at no time the prime minister, the president, has ever gone on the stage to sing a song line to line. And I
Wow.
said that stand to be corrected. But when we search history, there's no such thing, local or international.
Wow.
So it has done so much, and to be on that platform as a youth from the inner city, it it encourage other inner city youth that if Nesbeth done this, we can do it as well as we can do greater stuff. So the whole thing is to change the mind of the youth of thinking that it can't happen.
I got you.
Get rid of that can't happen mentality and do what you have to do, and you will be surprised what will happen. And my wife didn't pass on. My wife, in fact, that song I think take my wife a little bit longer than when she was supposed to go. And that's why one of the reason, not the only reason, one of the reason why my debut album has her name, Anne Marie Elliott Nesbeth. And that's my debut album. And it's because of the support that I've gotten from her over the years, because we have been together for over a decade.
Wow.
And she got 2 children for me as well. So she was on her bed because all these time she was talking, she was one of them top nail tech. And she have judges, lawyer, doctors, that is our client. You understand? And she used to play a song or two when they would come to our salon, and she don't force things on anybody, and it's like they hear it and them don't hear it. And she got countless of calls when my dream was taken off from these same people. From our client.
Wow.
These tapanas, politicians, these people that is in high places. And so it gave her a level of joy to know that she was always promoting me in every way, and see that people are now accepting Nesbeth for who Nesbeth is. It brings a level of joy. And she was promoting on her dying bed. Her dying bed, she was promoting the song, sending the song here, there. We laugh about it, the feed she got from the song and all of them things there.
Wow. Wow.
So she done a whole lot. She done a whole lot. I will never forget that Empress.
Wow.
Never, ever.
Wow. and her name will live on. She will live on. Again, she's the title of the album. The music is gonna last forever. So she's forever with you, but her name will forever live on in the hearts of everybody. And trust me when I say stuff like those, like I said, on her last days, last bed, she's still believing and promoting her husband. That is way more than music.
Yep, that's way, 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 way more. It is so much that sometimes it pains my heart to talk. My dream. I produce my dream.
Wow.
I produced the album, the Amen album. And there's no way I could produce the Amen album to use the name for the album and have a track on it as my dream and try to go less than what is expected of Nesbeth. So I've put in so much, That song let me know that I am a producer.
Yeah.
I don't walk and brag about wearing the cap of a producer, but when I produce a song like that and it dominates the space and in a positive way and people still singing my dream, and all of that, it shows me that there's so much more inside of me. So I am trying to do that. I put that level of work within the Amen album. And again, it's my debut album. So it means a lot to me. It's mental. It's not just another album because I'm an artist and I'm singing. No, it means a lot because the track on it that I've done for her is called Amen. There's a track on it for my wife called Amen in it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a small piece of it.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Although me thank the Lord give you wings so you could fly in heaven. I'm not gonna lie, I miss you. Though I understand why you were too good. Heaven couldn't wait to get you. Heaven couldn't wait to take you away. Still I pray every day this is just a nightmare. When it's over, wake me up. When it's over, wake me up. Come can't take it no more. God knows I had enough. Why it had to be you? Why it had to be you? When it's over, wake me up. When it's over, wake me up. Wish you were here right now. Know you'd have been so proud of everything that we've been through. Why it had to be you? Close my eyes, count to 10. Wish your life could have extend. You were more than a best friend, God sent. Some know say pain is real. All the pain I feel. Wanna wish it on my worst enemy. You live on in my memory. Cheers to my friend, them my past and gone. People that tell me say life goes on. Like I can't be the same when the whole world gone. 1,000 rolls of tissue. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Still I miss you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. When it's over, wake me up. When it's over, wake me up. Come, I can't take it no more. God knows I had enough. Why it had to be you? So that's the track called Amen.
Wow. Wow. No, man, I forgot to sit down and pray the whole thing, brother. I don't even know where to go after that one. So definitely, let me say strength. Because again, you've been through a lot. And through it all, being one of the most motivating and most inspiring names, voices, artists in reggae music. You know what I mean? Right about now, without Nesbeth in the business lean. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, let me say thank you for continuously doing what you're doing, and then just ask you to continue to do what you're doing because we need you, brother.
Thanks much, man. And while I was going through all those hills and valleys, rocky roads, there's loads of Nesbeth fans that drop me lines sometimes that makes me cry.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, literally. And I can remember this one that, I don't remember the person, but the person said that, Nesbeth, we know that you're going through whatever it is that you're going through. And we do hope that, You stay strong because at the end of the day, when you stay strong for us. Your music keep us alive. If you drop that button, you will not be dropping that button for yourself. You're dropping it for a number of us out here. There's this one person say, my stop him from taking his own. Yes, and my dream stopped him from taking his own life because for some reason he thought that yo life was no good to him because he was no good to life because nothing he have done has ever come to pass. And my dream give him that drive, that energy to do all things that he think that was even impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this time I did this flop show at New Jersey. And after performing, there was this girl asked the security to come backstage. And, they were stopped like barring her from backstage. And I realized that she was finding out me and calling me. And I told the security to let her through. And when she had came through it, she said to me, you know what? I love you. And I said, thanks. And she said, you know that you saved my mother life because she's ill and she's on her sick bed. And she hear that song and for some reason we've always been going there visiting her. And she keep that song on repeat and we're seeing a different person. We're seeing that strength.
Wow.
And I don't know her and I don't know her mom, but what I do know is that it is like I know for a fact that Nesbeth here hail from Trenton, a community inside of Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. I know that my songs will reach more people I will ever see in my lifetime.
Wow. True.
And that's a fact.
True.
It is my mission is greater than me as a person. Yeah, you show me whatever love you have to show me. I'm thankful for it. But always remember that the substance is in the music. When Nesbeth leaves her, music will definitely be here to help whoever is going through whatever their situation is that they think that it is complex. Because my songs are like key to lock. It works on the night. My songs encourages you to go forward. So if going forward is key, once you reach forward, that's the lock, and you're going to be able to pull whatever the situation is and, be whoever you want to be in the best way possible. Yeah. So again, as I said, I am here doing as much as I can possibly do. And despite the hills and the valley that I have gone through, I still decide to stay firm and strong. And I never left out my kids out of anything else because they're like the backbone. It's like, I think I hold them so much that I just have to do what I have to do in order to give what I think I hold to them. Right. And encourage them to pass it on to the generation to come. And it has nothing to do with our earthly values. It has to do with our morals. Mm-hmm. I say which goes a far way, farther than our earthly possession.
Right.
So, I'm definitely thankful to be on your program. I'm thankful to be working with Malika and the rest. I'm thankful I have to hail up Francis Management. I have to hail up Eccentric, that is my manager. And I just have to hail up because this Nesbeth alone cannot do it. It is much. I'm not going to come and, push up my chest all up there, say that I've done this and I've done that. Because my is more than me as a person. It came through me. I'm just the vessel. I'm not putting down myself. I will never do that.
Right.
Because you can't get certain inspiration from themselves. I do that I'm a vessel. Take the fact that I'm a vessel. But guess what? The message is in the music. And if the message can give you extra days to live, or if the message can help you to fix a puzzle, that's what I'm thankful for.
Right. Right. No, I appreciate you, man. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you to whenever you're in town. I'm in Fort Lauderdale areas where our studio is. So whenever you're in town, I'd love to have you come in the studio. We can sit down. We have some connection glitches and so forth, but I'd love to sit down with you, brother, and you know, with the live audience to inspire them as much as you inspire me, and you're inspiring them right now. So on behalf of them, my listening audience, and myself, I definitely want to expend our thanks. Thanks so much for staying on the horn with me and sharing your story, brother. I appreciate it.
It's a blessing, man, and you continue to do what you do best and continue to put forward the music that will drive that vibe and energy to the people to get up and do something and to be the loving person they want others to be. Because the first stage of that is to be that person, you know. And the problem is fixed, because everybody get up and be so loving that the world is the world. All of us now would become, you know, that person that is have so much love that, you know, some people limited. Love is limited. It's like, you know, they can't show you that much love because they want to show others it, and if they show you that, it means that whoever they pick to show it, you know, will be deprived.
Yeah.
People feel have enough love in them so that it's like, you know, you just give love and you never miss love.
Yeah.
Give love. Yeah, so much. And I say, when I'm in that space, it's a ABC, man. We can just, you know, hold out joy in the space, you know. I just want to tell the people that the album, you can pre-order the album. It's called Amen. You just type in Nesbeth on iTunes and you can pre-order the album. My Dream is on the album. The song I've just sung a while ago is on the album. Amen. That's for my wife. Inspiration is from my wife. You will not hear depressing, like a lot of depressing songs on the album. No. It is the album is about life and its ups and downs. And I put it in a certain melody and use certain choice of words that will definitely have people moving and have people thinking. You know, I say try to stimulate your brain. You know, so I have to big up Clint because both of us write a couple of the tracks on the album, America. So, and again, I produce it. So the name of the album is Amen, and it's on the Entertainment Soul label, and you can pre-order it, and I guarantee that if you deal with life in its truest form, you're gonna have a track or two on the album, maybe more. You know what I say? So,
well, we're gonna play the album for them, you know. I might have one of these days where we just pretty much when in fact is the entire album out yet, or what's the date?
No, the release date is the 26th of October. Yesterday was my birthday.
Easy.
And, you know,
happy birthday, brother.
Yeah. Blessings, man. October the 2nd, my daughter came to go to a vegan restaurant and then before that we came to go get my pampered, some spa thing, and you know, she buy me a phone case to my S9 where always a drop when he feel like say me like the neatness of my phone, so I don't want a big case. So she got the one where you know neat and nice and thing, you know. So I'm really happy to be alive and well, and I do hope that the person that is feeling sick right now, I do hope that you know you go through that moment and have something to laugh about at the end of the day. You know what I say? Because life is what it is, and I'm really thankful for every support that I got from the fans near or far. You know, Nesbeth Reggae is my Instagram page, Nesbeth Reggae Instagram page, my Twitter page, my name it, my
Facebook.
website, Nesbeth Reggae, Facebook, Nesbeth Reggae, Greg Nesbeth, I think, for the Facebook, and Nesbeth Reggae. So the whole thing is Nesbeth Reggae across the social platform, and I'm thankful of every support I've gotten from the people over the years, and I will continue to work to keep that high anticipation level of the people where great song is concerned. That is my mission, and I try my endeavor best to stay within that line and do as much as I can possibly do.
Give thanks, my brother. I appreciate it. Thanks again for stopping through, for hollering at us. When you come through, we're going to sit down and talk. I appreciate it. All right. And I'm going to definitely keep sharing the music, brother.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man, and bless up the family and long life and prosperity. Yeah. And, health, long, it's, I wish that guy, is more healthy than today. Do whatever it takes to get more healthy. And, knowledge is strength, knowledge is power. So, continue to do what you do best. And big up my PR team. And big up Zojak for distributing the album. And just big up just about everybody. Nesbeth say peace. I'm out.
Respect, brother. One love.
It may only be another minute. So me a pull it. Man, I'm growing up place, so I never get no respect. No. Never get no good education, can't get no big check. No. So man, I'm grew up, everybody want me know in a distress. Yeah.
Blessings.
And enough man sold it out, cause them couldn't go without. And in pursuit of riches, enough man take the girly road. But that I feed them thing, that is not what my story about. This are for those who persevere and who see through the tears. And in the grand scheme of everything, them still the year. And although we no millionaire, feel like a millionaire, we still a celebrate. To put me hand in the air and say I am a success story, yeah.